Hello, Collective. Wendy Joy, love and light. When you walk on your road and you're faced with different energy that comes your way, it's not always the right instance to react or respond when, things are presented to you. Sometimes you need to sit in an observation type mode and reflect on the information and how you feel about how what you've learned is resonating within your energy field. As you learn information, or the veil is um, less likely to shield you from the needed knowledge or the inquisitive wisdom that you're looking to achieve, or even the elevation. Damn bug. Damn it. Okay, I guess the monitoring spirits are still here. Well, even if they are watching, even if they do try to send different tactics your way, when you stand in a position of observing and reflecting upon the information that you're being provided, then you have an ability to lead in with more courage and bravery and strength behind your movement. Because as you're reflecting, observing, right, whatever situation, scenario, or dilemma may be facing you, or be projected toward you, or could be coming into your energy for regardless the reason, right? Because life happens to everyone all the time, like every minute of the day. And just because you may not be directly affected, that doesn't mean that another energy might not be affected, but could be coming your way looking to see if there's any resolution or solution or idea that you may have, in order to give them more of an ability to observe their own position and reflect upon their own, dilemma, we'll say, or adventure, if you will, because not all adventures are good, but they do add value when you understand that the lying lesson, right, what the lesson that lies within, is used to catalyst you into a new understanding, a new perception. And that could be your energy, that could be someone else's energy, that could be both the energies. Because when you reflect upon the information that you've been provided, right, regardless of what the information is or what the source is or how it may or may not affect you directly, it puts you in a great position to be a leader, if you will, by using your observation skills and reflecting upon what is the best suited for you and your energy, so that you could, be in a responsive mode and not so much a react mode when a situation enters your field. It's really quite simple, and it really can only take a few moments. That you don't need to immediately respond. You don't need to immediately react with words or with body language or even with disgruntled energy, because what you might be hearing or facing could make you angry, could make you sad. It could put you in a position where, if you don't reflect or observe, that you might get tied up within the emotion of whatever it is that could have come across your path. When you lead with balance and harmony and self-empowerment, being that you're holding your boundaries, within your field, right? While you're contemplating, reflecting, observing, trying to understand, what it is that may be encroaching upon you. When you do that, It may seem harsh to some, it may seem loving to others. But what it is being true to you. Because you can't really truly do for another energy until you're in a position where you could understand how that situation could have, may have, or is affecting you on some type of level. Because whenever we get one emotion or another in a way off, like, field, like if you immediately go to react instead of, reflecting, then what you're doing is joining their chaos. So when you stop and you reflect or you observe the thoughts and the situations, the feelings that are resonating within you and your understanding, your perception. And if you go further and you heed guidance from your spirit team, they may say to you that turning the other cheek doesn't necessarily mean being a doormat or an open gateway for disparity, despair, or negativity in any type of form. So there again, you're put in a position where observing gives you the ability to provide not only balance and harmony to you, but also to proceed in a balanced, harmonized, clarity filled, right? Discernment based, right? Place where you could make more of a higher consciousness, adapted, pivoted perception of what it may be, because enlightenment can come in all sorts of forms, and your spirit team could be directing you to the best outcome, right? If you hold love and light in your heart. But that doesn't mean to allow whatever the situation is to overcome, burden, or hold you down in any type of way, because that could be a lesson, So be mindful when every situation, dilemma, endeavor, adventure, good or bad, right, come your way, so that you would be in a better position to really truly believe in, rely on, resonate with the clarity, allowing you for true discernment that affects everyone fairly and doesn't just single out one or the other, but uplifts the entirety. And when you hold love and light, you also hold dark and hate. We're human, and we are part of duality. So please be mindful and don't get caught in an energy that really truly is just a test. Because although you may have been tested before, although you may have passed, we're in a whole new beginning. And we're making sure, right? The cosmos are making sure that you are true to the direction in which you're heading, and that it's the right path. We have a small little window to fix, to right, to balance, and to add harmony. When we all play our part, then when the Chinese New Year rolls in, or when the planetary aspects of the spring equinox comes upon us, some say that that's when the new year truly energetically begins, even though the calendar says that it should begin on January. Depending upon what your beliefs are or where you stand, really what it comes down to is, where is your clear intent? Where are you putting your conscious, moving, forward motion positive efforts. Because it's all in how you handle yourself, what you put out, how you reflect and balance yourself in order to be able to handle the chaos and the energy that might be looming around you. And I say chaos because there are so many people in this world, and there are so many falsities and scare tactics and suppression things that are being attempted even still today, right now. But that's because the dense low energy is losing grip on the entirety. Because there are way more of us that are waking up and understanding that awareness leads to personal and spiritual development, elevation, and leads us to greater horizons. So it's not a bad place not to do anything except observe before you react. And if you're using your observations, right, as a response mode, good for you. Good for you. Because then that means that you see the bigger picture, and you see that there's way more involved in what's going on around us than just one type, one thing, one issue, one aspect. Because we are all interconnected, which links us all to a greater understanding, universal understanding, if you will. And you could tap into that with your third eye, with your clear intent, with your words, and moving in a direction that will lift the veil. You could do this by research. You could do this by reflection. You could do this by observing. You could do this by looking inward, speaking with your spirit team, seeking your higher consciousness to give you a more pivoted, heightened view of what it may be that's surrounding you. If you need any help, you're never alone. There's a multitude of ways that we could do everything. So instead of looking to fight or to have disruption or even dismay, let's look for the lighter, brighter, higher evolved side of every situation. And let's lead with that. And let's encourage the higher position within our own selves to allow seamless communication with our higher consciousness, our spirit team, the divine, to be able to see the beauty that lays between what's perceived chaos or a dilemma or even despair, to gather the value within every message, to understand that every lesson propels us when we use our navigation skills with clarity and we move with discernment. It's a perfect combination. Clarity, discernment, balance, and harmony. You can use your I am affirmation to bring all of those aspects into your field so that you always respond in a positive manner that uplifts everyone, including you, by the movements that you make. Right? I am filled with balance and harmony, allowing my clarity and discernment to shine brightly. I heed and I listen and I feel and I resonate and I walk with glory and light and love and forward motion. And I share with my example for all the other energy to observe reflect, and respond in hand, right? Perfect I am affirmation, because it's not only uplifting one, it's uplifting everyone. So keep that in mind. You get further when you look toward interconnectivity, because it links you to the greatest tapestry of life, the most magnificent masterpiece. And that's living, loving, and being the best version of ourselves by holding our higher understanding in the palm of our hand, and our third eye providing the tool in order to achieve the manifestations, the timeline that we are creating by being present in the moment and handling life with, I don't want to say ease, but how about poise and dignity, by allowing your divinity to shine through. It's spectacular, and it's bright, and it's loving, and it's light, and it's warm, and it's inviting, and it's calling you. Can you feel it? I do. I love you. Blessed be.